Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. Today is a very special day. Um, we have our first official guest on the Dump Trap. Now, this man is really certified. That's the best way I can put it. He is certified, and the way that he does what he does, I just I can only dream of getting there one day. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you introduce yourself, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate your kind words. What's up, everybody? My name is Lyndon. I am the host of the Bros Who Think podcast and creator of the Bros Who Think network. We have a show called Anime Talk, Bros Who Binge. Happy to be in the Dom Trap.
Sweet, man. And of course, let me introduce myself as well. I am your host, your director, your editor, your first, your last, your everything. You're all the above, Dominique. So today, man, I've been wanting to get a chance to talk to this dude for a while. We actually did it a while back, but things didn't really work out the way I planned them to go. So, man, of course, here's the big question. I mean, it's pretty, general, but why do you do what you do, and why do you do this with who you do it with?
All right. That's a damn good question. Why do I do what I do?
Yeah.
I do what I do because at first I felt at first I just felt drawn to it. Like I
Mhm.
wanted to make a documentary at one point about just like the country. This was like in 2017, but I didn't do that because I realized how much money that would cost, and I didn't have that money obviously at the time.
Right.
And I wanted to just because I felt inside of the world of media, and it's crazy now how everybody has a podcast, but it just at that time in 2017, I was just like, we don't have like we didn't have a
Yeah.
voice that I
Like
was
a
looking for. A
platform.
voice, yeah, like a platform that was like, okay, we're gonna have integrity. We're gonna be honest. We're not gonna lie. We're not trying to do clickbait. We're just gonna let the work speak for the work. And
Right.
that was something that I always wanted to do. And then boom, we create this network that's upon us. Like we have Anime Talk Bros Who Binge, Prime Time, the Louisiana Sports Show, and then we have a bunch of YouTube. We have a YouTube channel that does all kind of exclusive YouTube videos, and we
Right.
just got on a Twitch. So it's been a long process from 2017 to now, and it was just like slowly building, slowly putting the pieces together to
Right.
where okay, now everybody's here, everybody plays a role. I meet Schubert in college. He comes in, does the Bros Who Binge. I meet Brooklyn while being a rapper at a point in time in my life. I get him because he's a comedian. I'm like, yo, come be a co-host on my pod. Me and
Right.
Chris have become friends through my sound engineer, Nick Grand. And like, okay, he hosts Anime Talk. And then boom, Chris is friends with Doom. Me and Bro on a third voice to come in on the Bros Who Think podcast. Chris is like, yo, check out my friend Doom. We add Doom. The vibe's just there. And
Right.
then slowly we meet Ian, who editor. It's just felt like an MC where the it was like each movie led to where we are today. And inside of each individual movie, I put like little Easter eggs that hopefully people one day will go find. But like other than
Right.
that, it's just like I wouldn't be anything without my team. I love my team, and they are the best team I could ever ask for.
Yeah.
And I just attribute everything to them
Yeah.
because I can only do so much, but they like as much as I can do
Mhm.
without them being there doing what they do, the show wouldn't exist. So
Right.
that's
Shout
that's
out to them
the
guys,
that's
man.
the abridged version.
Yeah. The TLDR version. For
Yeah.
sure, man. And shout out to Ian, man, and shout out to Chris. They were on late nights with Lynn last night. Same with
Yeah,
the
man,
Taco
that's
guy,
like a
man.
new thing right
Golly.
now. That's like a new thing I'm
That's
doing.
sweet, man.
I stumbled into it.
Yeah.
I like because at first I was playing games on Twitch, and like when I play games, I like to
Right.
like listen to podcasts. Like I like to get into like my me
Right.
game mode, like in talking while playing a video game. And like, granted, I talk for a living because like I do this, I do the
Yeah.
pods, and plus I work at a radio station in my local town. So it's
Right. I
like
was just about to bring that up too. So how did that come about? You going and working at the radio station?
that was due to okay. So I interviewed in my town, Lafayette, Louisiana. They are 3 to 4 hip hop stations, but mainly there's two. There's
Mhm.
95.5, which is quote unquote the urban station, the urban hip hop station, but it's the popular one that plays more so deep cut music. Then there's 107.9, which is this top 40. I'm gonna play Billboard, but I'm not playing alternative. I'm not playing EDM unless like it's a rap guy in the EDM
Right.
song.
So it's
Like I'm
strictly mainstream hip hop more than likely.
mainstream hip hop and pop. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. And the program director and he's the program director in the morning show. His name is Digital, DJ
Mhm.
Digital, and he was always going out downtown DJing. And I have a friend. We both had a mutually exclusive friend. Shout out to my guy Alex, who I've been friends with since I was like 3. And
Right.
Alex is like this DJ and like artist in his own right, and they are friends. And I was like, yo, let me I was like, yo, Dig, you know Alex, I'm Alex,
Right.
like what's up? And then like so we just became friends, and then it was like, yo, come on my show.
Right.
And that's what I use my friend's name for. I was like, yo, bro, I'm Alex's friend, come on my show. Like, so I interviewed him,
Yeah.
and then he was so impressed with the interview. I told him at the end, I was like, yo, bro, this is just me saying this, like, I just want a shot to get into radio. Like, I'm in school right now, and I'll work in janitor, pick up fucking trash or whatever I got to do. Just let me get in the building and let me try to
Hmm.
work my way up. And if you can see a spot for me anywhere inside of that, let me know. And
Right.
he told me like that stuck with him. I don't get called for a year. Like, I don't get called for a year. I
Oh
didn't even
wow.
expect to get called. I just told him, I just shot my
Right. You just
shot.
kind of
And then a
yeah.
year later, he was like, yo, I've been following everything you've been doing. You kept up with it and everything. And it's like a real show. And I was like, yeah, man. And he was like, look, we may have a spot for you. We want you to come intern, and then that may turn into a night show. So
Hmm.
boom, my intern. Day one, they're like, okay, look, you gotta talk. So like, first he told me we were easing into it. Then he's like,
Right.
nah, you're gonna be with. Shout out to my guy Josh, one of the best mentors I could ask for, because
Right.
Josh did the afternoon show, and he was
Mhm.
like, oh, you gotta talk with Josh, and Josh actually led me along slow. He was like, yo, I'm gonna let you like till you feel comfortable. So like I would say like one thing, and then it became like I would talk with him sometimes, and then it became like, okay, me and Josh are doing the afternoons together. It's like Lyndon and
Right.
or Josh and Lyndon. So it's like that was like in a month into my internship.
Hmm.
And then by November, because this I started in October, by November, they let me do the night show. So I started
Oh
doing the
wow.
night show. And I do
Were
the
you
night show from
uh
November to like March because of COVID.
yeah, were you
And
nervous about that at all? I
I
just
was nervous night one.
yeah,
I
just
was
kind of being
definitely
thrown
nervous
out
night
there.
one. But like it was nervousness in the sense of like, oh, I don't want to fuck this up. It
Right.
wasn't it wasn't like it wasn't nerves in the sense of my stomach, you know,
Right.
like
Because you've
'cause
already talked, you know how to pretty much talk to people and everything.
yeah, and I used to be an actor, so like
Okay, yeah. So that definitely helps too.
yeah, and like I remember when I did my first play, I was sick. Like
Right, yeah.
that's a different type of level of like, yo, they got people in
Right.
the stands. Granted, it's
Yeah.
like everybody's parents, but like they got people
Like
from
all eyes on
school.
you are
Like,
still, I
yeah,
mean,
nah,
that's
dog.
terrifying, man.
That's another level. So like I've done that. So like
Right.
and I conquered that fear. And then like doing the pod. Granted, when you pre-record the pod, it's like nobody's watching, listening to this right
Right.
now. It's like you good. If you fuck up, I can edit this. Like so, it's
Right.
like. But with live radio, it's like, yo,
Yes. Instead of all eyes on you, it's all ears on you. And everybody's
yeah, it's
listening to
like
everything that you say. And
look, you better be careful.
right.
You better like and because I curse on like all my podcasts and like
Yeah.
I'm very like all my shows on my network are explicit. Like he was like,
Yeah.
yo, bro, like you can't be doing none of that. Like
Right.
there's FCC rules or
Right.
like FAA guidelines or whatever it's called. And so yeah, so like that was like the first day. That was like the most nervous thing I did. But like once I did it, and then like because I had a segment that was like I had a segment that was basically the question of the day,
Right.
and it was like nighttime, and it was because it was at night. I got flexibility of how raunchy I could get. So
Hmm.
I was doing things like okay, question of the day.
Got it.
What do you think or like how would you respond if your significant other cheated on you with your best friend? Some shit like that. Like I
Mm,
do some and
yeah.
then like so we're a small town. So mind you,
Yeah.
everybody on I put it on Facebook, I put it on Twitter, and then like everybody's just throwing tea, like Lafayette tea, and it's like,
Right.
yo, this is getting wild. Like
Right. Didn't see that coming at all.
this is getting nuts. But like I figured in my head because I always thought like when I was younger, I always my problem with 107.9, and Dij wouldn't mind me saying this because I told him this, and I wanted to be more community, like it's a radio station. Like if I call up, like I wanted to be like events, and granted they did events, but I wanted to feel more community-esque,
Yeah,
like
more as a family.
yeah, just like something where it's like interactive based, because
Right.
like when you hear of things like Breakfast Club and like all these other, but you just realize they're in big cities with big corporations, and that's the difference. And it's like I just wanted it to be more interactive, and that's something that I wanted to bring to my show. And then I'm seeing all these people respond. I got to talk about it on the radio, and it's just like, oh dang, okay. And it started to feel natural, and it just felt like this is what, whether it's TV, whether it's radio, this is what I'm meant to do. And that's why I like doing the live show, because it gives me the same feeling of being live on radio right now. Because I'm not live on radio anymore, because in March when COVID hit, they had to scale back the station, and all the part-timers got let go, which was one of me, and then such and such. But then ESPN 14 ESPN Lafayette, I forget the name of it, needed a producer. So then I get hired like a couple of weeks ago. Like, so I'm back in the building. It's lit, and then but just doing the
little humble brag, right? They're throwing in the big names like ESPN.
Nah, bro, it's not even like that. I'm just a producer, bro. Like, it's nothing crazy. Like, I'm not talking like I'm learning the scene shit right now, which is good, which is great for like my overall toolkit.
Right, because that's really how you started to see everything.
I was just overall a host,
right?
Yeah, so I'm like the other side of like production and like how shit goes, and like honestly, I think that's why why our shows have gotten like better quality wise, because I've just learned some shit.
Right.
So
little something.
But other than that, that's just that's that. Yeah, that's that. That's just my side life, my other side of my time of the week that's not spent on Bros Who Think. But Bros Who Think is that's the baby. So I gotta nurse
take care of it.
Right.
You gotta raise it to be a great young man. But man,
or woman, whatever it is.
Yeah. Man or woman. Like, yeah, that's true. We'll find out later.
Whatever it is, bro. I gotta be honest. We need, and you're a fan of us, we need female representation on our shows. Like we do. We have, it's just a bunch of dudes. Like we always talk about that in like our group chats, and it's like, yo, I'm trying to find some. Like I want,
because you want to cater
for ladies
to
out there listening to this.
Yeah, you want to cater to the female
all
audience.
Bases, and like. Because, like, sometimes we get 100%. Fucking misogynistic sometimes. And, like, my girlfriend was like, ooh, y'all sounded sexist that episode. I was like, wow, we didn't even mean to.
Right.
Like,
by then it's too late to take it down. You can't say, let's change that.
It wasn't even anything. So then I go then I got to apologize. And I'm like, yo, I didn't mean that. Like, but, that's how. So I'm trying to find some ladies to come through and correct us on these episodes when we're fucking wrong.
100%. So, ladies, if you listen to this and you want to be a part of this, then hit me up and I'll hit Lynn up and then we'll go from there.
That'd be lit. That would be lit.
100%. So, man, I did want to talk about how me and you kind of linked on Twitter when Watchmen was coming on. So, I think I was tweeting about, I don't know what episode it was. I think I was just tweeting, but I was going off because I was super excited. And then I would hashtag Watchmen in all my tweets. Lynn right here, I think he liked it or he retweeted it. I just went to his page and I was like, oh, shoot, he has a podcast too. So
is that really? Like, I was so confused. I didn't know how that happened.
Yeah, wow. That's exactly how that happened, man. So
I was just like I was just on Twitter, just like on like when me and Schubert review shows for Bros Who Binge, like I try to, when I'm watching a show live and with everybody like on the quote unquote Twitter sphere, I go look at like the hashtag and see, and like I look at cool shit and I'm like, oh, this dude has good.
Try to gather your thoughts if you're thinking something that someone else isn't thinking, and vice versa. So just to see what the community's feeling. Right. So I was just on my phone. I was like, hold on, who's this? I just looked. I was like, let me hit him up with a follow. He followed back like right away. So I was like, all right, cool. So
that's the thing. I will follow back anybody, bro. Like it is a fact.
So I listen.
I'm not like some big dude. Like I just want to build dope communities with like-minded people. That's it.
And that's it. So then I listened to Bros Who Binge. I listened to Anime Talk. I listened to everything that you've had basically. And then of course when you started Late Night with Lynn, I was there, of course, and we kind of got closer that way too. So that's basically how me and him just kind of met on Twitter and linked. And that's like really the first time that's really ever happened to me that way, through Twitter anyway. Yeah, man. So what are your thoughts on the delays? Has the grand closed yet, or are y'all still going?
We're
Still
still
going.
open. We are
Oh
still open,
man.
brother. We're still going. I haven't been in a while because there hasn't been anything that
Right. Like
for me
I
to go
think
see.
the last thing I seen in theaters was that Robert De Niro grandpa movie.
Oh,
And
you would see that?
I didn't see that. No.
Oh, you didn't. Okay,
I
You
just
didn't
seen it
see
was
that.
open and I'm like, yeah, that's not worth my money or my time,
Oh
really.
yeah, no, God no, hell
Yeah.
no,
So
no
I mean,
way.
there hasn't been anything big, so I'm wondering how long y'all are gonna stay open.
I don't know, man. They're gonna try to because right now they're trying to rent it, and I really do want to. I really am thinking about renting it,
Rent it. Yeah.
and just playing what I want. So
Yeah.
and it's not that expensive. Like that'd be like a good little date night. My girlfriend would be like, "Oh, look at him, he cares," and so
Right. Yeah.
it's like a
get,
little.
get some rose petals on the floor and everything.
Mm-mm,
And are you
mm-mm.
not doing rose petals?
No, fuck no.
No, man.
We're just going in there watching the movie, getting
You you,
concessions.
you, you got to make up for the misogynistic podcast.
It wasn't
Oh
even
man.
misogynistic, but I digress.
Yeah.
But that's something I don't know. I'm interested to see how long we do last
Yeah.
because we're not getting all the major movies got pushed back to next year. But if they
Unfortunately.
close, it's y'all are just gonna open back up in January. So
Right.
it's like,
What's the point now? I mean, what's 3
yeah,
months?
and the thing is, it's I'm interested to see how worse it gets because if COVID gets worse, then it's
Yeah.
I don't know how these movies can stay open or sustain
Yeah.
open,
Then
but
we'll see 2021 get pushed back to 2022, and then
it's possible. It is possible.
I don't
Because
want to see that. I don't want to see
at
that
least
happen.
where I'm at, people don't wear masks, bro. So
Right.
I just gotta keep it on. I'm just honest. People
Yeah.
not wearing masks, so it's
And that's about the same thing where I am. Like I go to Walmart, and of course I'm masked up and everything, and I just look at people, and they're just out here just breathing on fruit, and I'm sitting here like, no, I'm not getting any fruit, none at
That's what
all,
I'm
man.
saying, bro.
It's terrible.
It's wild.
Yeah.
I go to certain stores because I know that in those stores there's shout out to Super One Foods in my area. They legit make you put a mask on. They have
Yeah.
someone at the door that's like, yo, either you put this mask on or you gotta go. So
Right.
it's and they don't put up with that shit because they have a security guard and everything. So it's
Right.
all right, bet I'm shopping there. I'm shopping at Walgreens because Walgreens makes people put fucking masks on it. And and I shop at another store that does that. So it's I'm not because Walmart. Oh, Walmart is a death trap.
I go to Walmart if I need to get something special. If I'm not at Walmart, I usually go to we had a Bilo. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's like a regular. You know what a Bilo is, right?
Yeah.
We had one, but they recently just changed it to this thing called KJ's Market, which I guess is the same thing. I haven't been yet, but I would usually just go there just because I knew when I would go in there, everyone had a mask on. But
yeah,
I think Walmart, I went to go pick up a dock for my laptop. And I'm just looking around and I'm like, yo, this is nuts.
Super nuts in there, bro. I can't mess with Walmart. But
Right,
so if that type of shit still happens, it's gonna be weird.
Yeah.
And I'm already upset because all my favorite movies got shuffled around. Dune took Batman's release date. Batman's to 2022. I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. It's just it's upsetting.
Black Widow got pushed back too, and
Yeah.
007. And I think those were the two movies that broke the camel's back. Because I think 2020 was relying on those two movies.
They were. They definitely were.
Because Marvel, of course, and then 007 always has huge numbers whenever it's released.
It was Tenet and those two. Those were the three that needed to come out this year.
Yeah, and he only got one.
and then Disney was like, "Yo, we're starting to focus on streaming." So it's
right.
What's gonna happen? Amazon just buys Borat. Has real Amazon reported they had numbers. Yeah, and that I'm gonna be interested to see how that does. But Borat 2 had numbers of a major first weekend. If theaters were actually there and the amount of people that viewed Borat that weekend that it dropped. Amazon reported that it was crazy. So
did you see that?
Yeah, I saw Borat 2. Yeah,
I saw it. What did you think about it?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. Schubert definitely liked it more than me, and he convinced me about the way it was made and everything. Yeah. And I definitely think that's spectacular. I didn't think it was as funny as the first one, but I thought it was funny.
Same here.
So, but I thought it was good. I don't think it was great. I think it was good, and there's nothing wrong with something being good.
Yeah. I completely understand you there, man. But yeah, Disney. So, what do you think they're doing right now? Now that a lot of these first year trials are running out, or you think they're going to try to do whatever they can to keep the people coming in, or you think
they're
just
quaking in their boots because they don't make good content? That's what they're doing.
That's the problem.
And it's It's like, yo, Amazon puts out great shit. Like we just talked about Borat. They have The Boys. Coming to America 2's coming. Like Amazon puts out great shit. HBO.
Right.
HBO's legendary. We know what HBO does. Like Lovecraft, Watchmen,
Yeah.
they kill it. Even Netflix, even though like Netflix to me is great value Walmart brand content.
Yeah,
it's
we
just
had a
like,
discussion on late nights with Lynn, man, because I mean, as far as Netflix goes, I feel like Netflix is solidified.
they are.
And just like the guy on your shirt, Big, I think he's solidified in the rap game.
Oh, no, I'm not gonna compare Netflix to Biggie.
But here's my
What?
thing: like Netflix started the trend of streaming being popular.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure.
So that's really where I'm getting at, to where like if Netflix puts out, they can put out 2 or 3 good shows a year. They're still just going to be solidified because those those 2 or 3 shows a year are still going to keep the people coming in.
And it's because of their back catalog. When I talk about Netflix being like Walmart brand, I'm talking about their original content only. I'm not, because granted, like you're 1000% right. Like Netflix back catalog of all the movies and TV shows that they have is going to be untouchable. So everybody, it's like the same reason why people go watch Hulu, because Hulu has live TV going on right now. Like
and
you're
FX.
always, you're gonna always watch those two. But in terms of like original program, Netflix is hit or miss. Like The Witcher was good, Umbrella Academy was good, but then you get shit like Extraction. All their action movies, I'm not a fan of.
Yeah,
Extraction,
and they have these
Old Guard.
on top of that, I don't understand how they do it.
I don't like those movies. None of those movies. Triple Frontier. Like, bro, I was so. I was so upset about.
I saw the cast and I was like, yeah, this is about to be some heat. Let me get
for 2 weeks
ready.
For 2 weeks, I was just like, yeah, Triple Frontier, like bringing back the action flick. Ben Affleck,
let's go.
Isaac, like, let's go. And then it just was.
It happened, and I finished watching. I'm like, yo, I can't be the only person that thinks that this was trash,
bro.
So that's why everybody's saying the same thing. I'm like, yo, this movie had a huge budget to get these people for this movie.
And that's why I'm like, Netflix, whatever. But like, I'll check it out. But Disney tried to sell us on nostalgia. And like, that shit wore out fast. Yep. Mandalorian season 2, average.
Average? It's average?
Average. It's average.
I said it was good, man. I'll tell you this. When I like I said, I just watched it on Monday, I believe. I told my buddy, I said, look, it was great. You know, after watching the 8th episode, I said, yeah, this is great. Then for the past 3 days, I sat and thought about it. I'm like, yo, it was just good. And the thing is, I like the humor. I like the cameos. It was cool seeing, okay, who's going to be in this next episode? Let's go. Let's see what's going to happen. But then after the last episode, I'm like, all right.
And see, that's why I'm hitting it with the average. Like, and look, I love Mandalorian. Like, I am a fan. Right. I am a fan, like, because it gives me classic Star Wars feel. I'm a fan of Dave Filoni, creator of Clone Wars and Rebels. It gives me those vibes. And 100%. See, that's something, and that's part of my critique of average. Like, I want more from the storytelling aspect.
Yeah.
Like, I want, like, when you're competing against Boys, when you're competing against Umbrella Academy, when you're competing against Witcher,
Watchmen, like we said.
It's like, it's like so like I expect to see season 2 do something. Granted, you don't have to do those other shows. You can see Star Wars, but like, let's give us more. Like, episodes were only 24, 28 minutes. Like, what are we talking about? Like, I'm watching a 24-minute show that's not giving me as much story details and stuff that I like. We don't find about the main character too much. Like,
and that's one of my problems.
Like, it's just
I hated how they handled.
I needed more
stuff. Like, with his backstory, I hated how they handled it. With him having, I guess, PTSD when the armor is making his pieces and he's seeing flashbacks of booms and explosions and stuff. I'm like, okay, why not just give us an episode of what happened instead of a scene or just these glimpses of what happened? And I don't know. I have a big gripe when shows decide to do that.
And that's my thing. And that's why, but Schubert got me hyped for season 2. He was telling me about how first episode's gonna be an hour long. I'm ready. I'm ready. Like, I'm excited. We get Ahsoka Tano in the new season. I'm hyped for that. Like, Ahsoka. So, like, gonna be interested to see how they do that. Timothy Olyphant's gonna be in it.
Oh, he's
excited for him because he's this dude.
He's great.
Who's his character, someone who's jacked Boba Fett's armor. Now, running a town as a sheriff. But Boba Fett's supposed to be in this. Well, it's like,
man,
I'm interested in all of that, but it's just like, I hope we get too many characters and we still forget about the Mando. I want Mando still to be cool. Like, that's my thing.
To overshadow him in any type of way.
And it gives me so many. Yeah.
And I mean,
And like I love westerns, so like
yeah,
this is just a space western, so I'm into it. I'm ready.
yeah. Like I love Quill's character. I love the character Quill, and I feel like what happened to him. I mean, it had to happen, but I hated it did because I have spoken is basically the new term for talk to the hand. Like I'm done. I'm done. I'm
Mm,
done. So I think his
yeah.
character was cool. Um, what's her name? Cara Dune.
Yeah, Cara Dune, I like her.
Yeah, she's
Actress
cool.
people, Star Wars communities. Yeah, the Star Wars
Yeah,
community is upset with the actress right now.
yeah.
She said
They
some
she said
wild
something on
shit, but
Twitter,
like,
right?
but I,
Or
yeah,
was
she
it?
was
Yeah, I think
wilding.
it was Facebook
But
and they brought it to Twitter. But I seen that and I was just said, you know what? It was bound to happen. I mean, if you
and
have those
they
thoughts,
about
they're
to
gonna
get
come
her.
out
They say they
eventually,
might kill her.
right? So
So we gonna see. So, oof.
yeah,
But I do like her. I like the character Cara
yeah,
Dune in the Star Wars world. I do like
yeah.
that, and I like Carl Weathers. Carl Weathers is badass. It's
You
like
know,
the
man.
guild master.
Every time I see this man, I just think it's all in the hips. Every time I see him, I just think about that. And man, I like you said, I hope that season 2 is going to be good because I think Disney needs it to be good. Because without this, what else are they bringing to the table besides the Marvel TV shows?
Yep, and that's the thing. It's like Disney's trying to hope that this is good so they could make it December so we can get WandaVision because WandaVision is gonna just. I think I know the most shit's about these matches. Like
Yeah,
I'm of the belief that like Marvel TV is about to be nuts. Like I'm ready. Like I'm
right.
excited. So
I'm excited
and,
for the
and I
future.
and I wasn't hype on WandaVision at first because of what they pitched to us, but after seeing
Mhm.
the trailer and seeing them execute the pitch, I'm like, oh, all right, this is gonna be nuts. I'm ready
Yeah,
for this,
I think
especially since we're
I
getting
wasn't really sold
multiverses and
until
everything.
yeah, I wasn't really sold until I seen the trailer. Like hearing everything about it, and
Me
I'm
too.
like, I'm like, it's whatever. It's gonna be one of those shows I watch and then forget about. But seeing that trailer, I was like, yeah, this is kind of dope.
It
Pretty
looked
dope.
damn good.
Yeah,
It
and
looks
then
damn
hearing the
good.
news, of course, of Moon Knight, which is coming out, and then we get in the Hawkeye show and Miss Marvel and
Yep.
She-Hulk. I mean, it's shaping up to be a great future. It just depends on the execution.
That's the thing. Like
Yeah,
in the one ready for, I was upset they back, but they had back in film in Prague.
yeah.
Falcon Winter Soldier. I think that's gonna be the best one.
I
Like
think so too.
espionage, like hitman type shit. Like I'm ready
Yeah,
for it. Like
yeah,
George St. Pierre's coming back as like this as Deathlock or whatever his name is.
yeah,
Freaking Baron.
yeah. We got
What's his name? The dude
Zemo,
from
Baron Zemo.
Civil War. Yeah,
Yeah,
Baron Zemo. Like I'm hyped for that. So
yeah,
I'm excited for that shit.
yeah.
But that Oscar Isaac Moon Knight,
Man,
that was a bombshell.
if they do that right, it's gonna be the best thing on that freaking app. It's gonna be the best thing on there.
That was a
And
bombshell.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
I
was
was
shocked
shocked.
Oscar Isaac stayed with Disney after Star Wars. I thought he was dipping, about to jump ship. Like, let's get
Yeah,
some Warner Brothers shit.
and did you see that they also were looking at
I'm like the Warner Brothers stan.
mhm. But
No,
did you
what were you saying? They were looking for what?
yeah, you see that they were also looking at David Diggs and Nick Kroll to play the role. And I just kind of thought about like
That's
I could
crazy.
not see Nick Kroll in a role like that.
Or David Diggs. Like neither one of
Yeah.
them.
So Oscar
Like
Isaac to me was of course the best option that I was looking for because of the bombshell that was X-Men Apocalypse. I hate that movie.
yeah,
What are your thoughts on that one?
good. And then I'm in for Oscar Isaac and Dune. Oh,
Yeah.
X-Men that movie's whole movie. Dune Lies a
Yeah.
Future Past and first, like I thought they were great X movies, but yeah, and Oscar Isaac Moon Knight, I'm excited. Like I can't wait to
Mhm.
see him as Duke Leto in Dune
And
because like
Dune,
I've been
yeah.
reading the Dune novel and like Oscar Isaac as that character, that's crazy. So like Oscar Isaac's about to have a big couple of years.
He's gonna have
So excited
another
to see what
resurgence.
happens.
Right.
He was because like he was Grim Machina, he was Star Wars, and then
Mhm.
like X-Men happened.
X-Men
Now it's
happened.
like
And X-Men
boom.
was like the brick in his way. It just stopped him. So now we're seeing that he's
Yeah.
getting these good roles. Hopefully, like I said, Moon Knight, he can show up and show out. And yeah. And I was talking to one of my buddies, and I was trying to think about the first time I seen Oscar Isaacs, and I thought, I just went to his Wikipedia, and he was in All About the Benjamins, the movie with Ice Cube and Mike Epps. Have you seen that?
No way.
He was the dude.
It?
He was the dude where they were doing the photo shoot, and the dude was
Hold
like,
on, bro.
Francesco. He was that dude in that movie.
Hey, bro, hold on.
And he's
I'm
doing his
Googling
head.
this
My
right
name is
now. All
not
about that.
Francisco. My name is Frank. Yeah, man, it's him.
That's really him.
That's really him, bro. And that's the first time I'd ever seen this
Wait,
man.
he's what the? Yo, that's nuts. I thought the first time I saw him was Ex Machina.
Yeah,
He's
no.
it's time
He's
since I've
got
watched
years.
All About the Bins.
Yeah, because that came out
I
like
knew
what,
that.
2000, 01? One of the two.
And low key, I like that movie more than Next Friday. I like Mike
See, man, this is what
Epps
we're
and
not gonna
Ice
do.
Cube's.
We're not gonna do, bro. We're not gonna do this.
I like Ice Cube is Bookham and I like Bookham and Reggie's relationship, man. I do. Then
I do too.
Eva Mendes.
Yeah, but I feel like it wouldn't be that without Next Friday. So that's why I can't say that. I can't say
True.
the Benjamins is better than Friday After Next, of course, but as far as Next Friday goes, I feel like Next Friday has way more quotables than All About the Benjamins does.
That's true. Are you Smokey or Day Day?
Smokey.
Yeah,
and it pains me to say that because I like Day Day as a character. I like Day Day. I like his the family aspect and everything. But Smokey did something in one movie that Day Day couldn't do in two, or if we count All About the Benjamins, couldn't do it in three. So.
Oh damn! Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. I love Smokey's character.
Yeah.
I'm a Chris Tucker stan.
Yeah.
But I do like. Now that I'm thinking about it, I do like more movie probably more than just like the situation more so than Fridays. Is that weird to say? I feel like Next Friday is more of a it's more of a tight movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it just felt more real. Maybe I don't want to say more realistic, but Friday just kind of went all over the place. And then it got what it wanted to be towards the end. Mm-hmm. And then because they had the Big Worm storyline, but they had the Debo storyline, and both
was trying to do a lot at the same time.
Yeah, whereas Next Friday was very streamlined with the Joker brothers. So I dug that.
Yeah,
so
it's like the Joker brothers. They got all this money. You got Daddy working at a music store. You got his people working with him at the music store, and it's
got the girlfriend aspect.
It's really a straight line from beginning to end.
Yeah, I really do like Next Friday a lot now that we're just talking about it.
Yeah, it's great. But then Friday After Next, I don't know. That
was an L.
When I first watched, I was like, yeah, that was great. Of course, I was like 9 at the time. But me being 27 now, I'm like, okay, I couldn't watch that on purpose. It just had to come on by accident, and I'll just watch it.
Maybe if I'm trolling cable, if I'm on YouTube TV and I see Friday After Next, I might click it, especially if it's Christmas time. But if it's not Christmas time,
yeah, I'm not checking for it. I'm not checking for it at all, man. But
I do like Cat Williams though in that movie.
Cat Williams in that movie.
I did like it.
That was the start of his takeover, and we all seen that coming from a mile away once we saw that movie. Once you see him pull out his knife and he has his little red shirt and leather and stuff on, his leopard stuff on, it's like, yeah, he's going to be next. And he was next. And even then,
I just remember seeing Yep. And then I just remember seeing that Cat Williams stand up, and it's probably one of the most viewed on YouTube, the clips of the every day I'm hustling, where he's in the grocery store and he's pulling the stuff, McDonald's, and he's flipping that was amazing. That was one of my favorites.
It's Pimpin' is definitely fire. What's the other one? The third one he had with Lunel and
oh yeah, where they're going on where they're going across
a road trip.
Yeah, it's I want to say it's red or country red or big red
something. Yeah, that's all I know. But I thought that was good, but it wasn't as good as it's Pimpin'. Yeah, I feel like it's Pimpin' is in its own tier as far as comedic specials go.
It's with Eddie Murphy's
Delirious.
Yeah, it's with that. It's with Chris Rock's legendary one. It's with Chappelle's legendary ones. It's one of those.
Yeah, it's up there, 100%. But what do you think about Eddie Griffin?
Eddie Griffin. Wow, the first time we did this was such a different show, and I'm loving this.
I'm telling you, man.
Because I don't get to talk to me and Schubert talk about mainly I don't want to say non-black movies, but this is it's a black thing. I dig this. Eddie Griffin, what an interesting comedian. I think some of his Def Jam stuff was good, but as he's gotten older, I don't know.
It's just changed, and I hate to see that because I loved him in his movies and stuff.
Yeah, his movies. I was about to say his movies are kind of good, Undercover Brother. And then,
I loved Undercover Brother growing up.
And then Deuce Bigelow.
Yeah. I'll tell you an interesting story about Undercover Brother. I remember I lived where I lived before, and we just got this huge package. And I'm like, hey, Mom, we got this package of stuff. I don't know what it is. And she's like, I don't know what it is either. but it was addressed to us. So she opens up the package and it's like 30 DVDs.
Lit.
And I'm talking like Day After Tomorrow, Undercover Brother, just all these different movies and different genres. So I'm like, I don't know what this is, but okay, it's ours now.
Yeah,
So
I'm about
this
to
was at
watch
a
it.
time where I really didn't have internet. Like we had it, but it was the type of, yeah, you
Dial-up.
don't hear when I'm on the phone. And my mom was on the phone, so I couldn't really, you know, look it up and say, hey, new movies in 2002. So I popped in Undercover Brother, my DVD player, and of course, DVDs, you got all the bonus features and all that other jazz. So I'm just watching this movie. I'm like, yo, this is freaking bomb.
Yeah, I liked it.
And I talk to people like nowadays, and I'm like, hey, I loved Undercover Brother. What about you? And they're like, no, it was trash. I'm like, yeah, I can't talk to you anymore about this then. It's just one of those movies that hit different because of the situation that I was in when I watched it. It was just totally random. I mean, the movie might have been $14 back then on DVD. I got it for free. So
That's a fact. And like,
yeah.
bro, it's just a thing. Like, Undercover Brother was kind of like a blaxploitation film in like 2000, and like just the way like having the black spy group and just like everything, the mayonnaise, like no,
right,
bro, that film was
the
good.
hot sauce, sprinkling hot sauce through your watch. It was hilarious to me, and I still funny. Then freaking Dave Chappelle was in it, like.
And then the man, like the man's behind the man. We gotta get the man. Like all of that was amazing. Like I did like that movie.
He's fighting the guy at the end to the beat of Michael Jackson's "Beat It." Like it's hard not to like. It's hard for me not to like anyway. But
and like that's something that we don't see stuff like that right now. We like comedy. Comedy is in a weird area. Like comedy movies. Like
we don't see any.
And I'm upset about that because like. In the black realm, we've had like the Fridays, we've had the hood classic comedies, we had that era, had like Eddie Griffin doing his thing. We had that era, and then when you look on the white side of things, you had the Jim Carrey, Adam Sandler era, which I'm not the biggest fan of. But then we have the Will Ferrell era, and simultaneous, like with Will Ferrell and Todd Phillips doing their thing, we get the Apatow era with like that goes
Jonah
back
Hill
to back
and everything like that. Yeah.
With like Knocked Up, Super Bad, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Like that was that's my jam when it comes to comedies. But we don't see that type of shit anymore, and it sucks. And like I miss the comedy movie.
Yeah, and I think that's just because it's like, what else can they do at this point? I feel like they did it to the point where it's been done so much.
But see, Palm Springs is a good example of bringing something new that's a comedy, and they like made it fresh. And like I think that's one of the best comedies of the year.
But here's the thing with Palm Springs, it also has the sci-fi element into it.
That's true.
So I think the only way for comedy movies to survive nowadays is for them to kind of genre bend and bring in a different type of genre. Like I feel like it would be great to see a movie with a bunch of good comedians out right now, and it's a mafia movie. I think that would be dope.
I kind of fuck with that. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
You just see these serious guys that are solidified in what they do as far as killing people and everything, but they're hilarious. I think that would be good to see.
I'm not gonna lie, I would dig that. Like,
yeah, I need to come up with a casting for that. I think that'd be hilarious.
Yo, save that idea because we'll probably bring you on to play pitch it next year in like the next match, and that's a good pitch. That's a damn good pitch.
We'll do it.
Yo, like real shit. I'm letting you know if I get asked something like that, like something a question, because I'm about to try to go for the championship belt.
Right.
If I get asked to make a pitch, something like that, I might jack that pitch. I'm just letting you know.
No worries.
But I'll give you credit.
Like I said, yeah. Like I said, just bring me on. We'll talk about it, man. I'll write down a list of who I think would be great into that. Oh man! And then also bring in like some actual guys that were in, like a Joe Pesci, bringing a De Niro as like I don't even want to say a cameo. Just bring them into like a main role. Then have
them as like the major boss.
Yeah,
like
have them be the Don Vito and everything.
Yeah, we follow their numbskull underlings. Yeah, that'd be hilarious. Yeah. That would be hilarious.
Now that I'm thinking about it, and real quick, what are your thoughts on FX? As a channel.
I love FX as a channel. Like you get It's Always Sunny, which to me is the best comedy of the 2010s. Don't talk to me about The Office. Don't talk to me about Parks and Rec. Like I love those shows, but It's Always Sunny, top comedy of the 2010s. Like what they do and the amount of humor that they get off, especially now that I've seen Seinfeld and they were trying to be the quote unquote new generation Seinfeld. That makes me love that show even more so now. So it's like, that show's amazing. You get Snowfall, which is phenomenal. Atlanta, which is great.
Oh my goodness.
Which is great. Like FX is probably the best network the best network channel that's like that's
as far
out.
as cable goes, yeah,
FX
100%.
puts like HBO and Amazon for quality.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
1000.
mean, then especially they have American Horror Story. They have Better Things.
That
Have you seen
too.
Better Things yet?
Fargo. No, I have
Fargo.
not, but I started Fargo. Fargo's great.
Ooh, what season are you on?
I'm on season. Well, I started season 4, so
No.
Should
I'm going to
I
wait
go
till it
back to
finishes.
season 1?
Dude, season 1 is probably my favorite. I've only seen the first 3. Season 1's my favorite. Then I want to
Okay, well, I'm gonna
say
go back to season 1 then.
season 1 is like here's the thing with season 1. I think it came out before Ozark was out.
Okay.
And have you seen Ozark, of course, right?
Yeah.
So you have like this square white man, and he gets into bad business. Basically, what this first season of Fargo is, but it's different because it's Fargo, and Fargo has this particular charm to it. And I was just watching, and I'm like, "Yo, this is really good." So then, of course, I just went ahead and I binged the second season, and then I binged the third season, and then I was like, "Okay, I need more." So by the time I finished, that's when they first put out the first trailer of season 4 with Chris Rock. And I'm like, "Yo, this is gonna be dope to see Chris Rock do a serious role."
Yeah.
Right. And that's one of my favorite things about the show is that each season is different from the last. I mean, granted, there are some things that continue from, say someone's old in season 1, season 2 might be them when they were younger. So I see that aspect. I think that's cool, but it's not really important. See, that's my thing. So you'll hear this old person say, "Yeah, back in my day, something happened," but season 2, you actually see it, and you're like, "Whoa, that's hard." But yeah. After
I'm gonna definitely go check out season 1 and
check
2
that out for sure,
and 3.
Yeah. So, like I said last time, with this being October, what are the 5 movies you think about when you first hear the words horror film?
Ooh, okay. See, so I'm not the biggest horror fan, but I do have my go-to like horror movies. Yeah. So like these are like off the wall. First one, I got to go with something that's new. Yeah. Midsommar, bro. When I saw Midsommar, that movie fucked me up. Like, nah, bro.
Quick question. Have you seen Hereditary?
Yes, that was my number. That was the second one I was gonna say.
Okay, I was about to. Which one do you think is better?
Ooh, that's.
I know they're by the same director. I shouldn't even be asking this question, but of course, it's gonna be a question that gets asked.
I gotta say Midsommar.
No way, bro.
That movie fucked me up. Nah, dog. Nah.
I can't agree with you there, bro.
I
can't.
I love Hereditary because when they drive in that car and they smash. Nah, that was a moment.
Like everything leading up to that scene was like, okay, yeah, something bad has to happen in this movie. We hear the mom talk about it, but we're like, okay, something has to happen soon. And then they go to the party. Of course, she eats the cake with the nuts in it, and then that happens. And there's just this silence for like 2-3 minutes, and I'm like, yo, I'm messed up right now. And I remember the first time I watched it, I just sat back with my hand over my mouth, like I don't know what to say. I looked at my buddy, and he's doing the same thing. So then, even when the movie finished, of course, with this huge climax at the end, we sat in the theater for like another 17 minutes, just talking about what we just witnessed. But
that was great. Nah, it was great. The witches shit, like, nah, that shit was fine.
Like seeing these old naked people in the yard, I'm like, yo, this is disgusting, but I'm here for it.
But see, okay, now let me cap for Midsommar. Everything that happened in that movie, they told you on the walls of when they walk into in the beginning, they tell you on the wall.
The entire movie on that little scroll. And I'm like, yo, I can't digest all of this. I just see this moon and I see this scary looking sun.
It's crazy, people
like walking, and I'm like,
and all the foreshadowing and everything. Work? And also, I love how we see just the most shitty people. And like, I hate Jack Rayner's Christian. Yeah. I hate that guy with a passion. And then when he steals the dude from Good Place, Josh's,
he tries to go read the book and takes pictures of it. I'm like, you idiot! They told you that this is sacred.
And he start being like, oh man, like he said his undertone racism, and then like Will Poulter's character just being that friend that's like, you suck, like, I'm with my girlfriend. Stop trying to make me choose between you and my girlfriend. You're a horrible person for doing this. Like, and then like I just felt so bad for Florence Pugh's character the whole time. So when she gets the dub, I'm just like, all these dudes asked for this.
Right,
they all asked for this. And when that dude fucked that little girl, I was like, yo,
listen,
what is wrong with it? Like, Nah, bro, that movie fucked me up.
Here's my thing. This is why I
And when
think
they burned it, when they burned all the people at the end,
man, bro, when they like cut when they cut Will Poulter's head off in his face, and the dude wore it, and before they said, "Yeah, we're about to go play this game called Skin the Fool," and you know, first time watching it, you're like, "Okay, that's weird," but okay. But when I seen it, I was like, "Yo, he was the fool." And then at the end, when he's wearing like the jester hat, I'm like, "Yo, this is nuts."
No, she was, but think about when those old people jumped off the thing. I was like,
listen, when they went up, I said, yeah, I know what's gonna happen. It just depends on if the screen's gonna cut to black when they hit the ground, and then we go to the next scene. No, they show the entire fall from peak to valley. I mean, head bursting and everything off of a rock.
And then the other dude didn't even die, and they had to go bow and
he went feet first, and I'm like, okay, you deserve that a little bit. But then when he starts screaming and everybody else is screaming and they get the big mallet, I'm like, yo, this is, yeah.
That movie's super uncomfortable. That's why I go with Midsommar, because that movie fucked me up. But Hereditary, that's the next movie I was gonna say.
But I'm right there. You have a mother screaming at her son, stop making that face with your face. And the whole thing, I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Then I guess I mean it didn't happen, but it was her sleepwalking when she says to him, I wish you were never born.
Yeah,
and then her immediately going, like, yeah, I've been thinking it, but I finally said it, and I feel terrible about it. And it's just, I like Hereditary more just because it's more of a psychological horror.
That's true.
It messes with your insides and some of the sound design as well. Like at the end,
I like the acting in Hereditary a lot. Like,
she deserved way more than what she got for that role.
And shout out to the Wolf Brother. Like, who knew the Naked Brothers band's bros would start being great actors? Bro, I think that's Nat.
Yeah, I think that's Nat Wolf. Did you hear about him? He after the movie, he had to go to therapy for
that. Yeah, I could believe it.
Yeah, 100%. But I mean, as far as Hereditary goes, it's that.
Yeah, no, that's Alex Wolf.
Alex, okay.
Yes, Alex, because Nat's like the cool one. Yeah. Nat's the one that's like in the
He was in that Jeffrey Dahmer film, wasn't he? And he was in Jeffrey Dahmer film, and he was also in
he was in Paper Towns. He was in let's see. He was in some I like the movie Stella's Last Weekend, where it's him and his brother, good. And they're like in this with their mom. Like, that's a really good movie.
Yeah, that one was good too.
But yeah, it's Alex. Alex has been killing it though. The Wolf Brothers are good actors, man. I like them.
Yeah. So and it's so funny just to say, yeah, I remember the Naked Brothers band, but look at these guys now. They're killing it. Have you seen crazy. Have you ever watched Room 104?
Room 104?
Yeah, on HBO.
I'm pretty sure. Is that with the green door? It's like a green cover. It's like green and blue.
Yeah, all these neon colors.
Oh, no, I have not seen this. I thought you were talking about something else.
Okay, so this show is basically about a hotel, which is Room 104. And each episode, something happens in that hotel. And Alex Wolf is in one of the episodes, and he's basically one of these super duper Christian guys, and he has one of his buddies in the hotel room with him. And it's basically about them seeing something on TV, which I believe was, I think it might have been a porno or something that came on like late night Cinemax, one of those type of shows. And he turns the TV off real quick and is like, what are you doing? He's like, I was kind of curious. And it's like, yo, y'all are this naive that y'all don't know what is going on at the moment. So, I mean,
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, check out the entire series. I think the last season is the final season.
Ben, I'm gonna definitely check that out. 4. All right, let me give you my next. So I got Midsommar, Hereditary, When a Stranger Calls. Gotta get, man. Like, that's just me growing up being a teen, like in the early 2000s, and like I love, like, bro. That When a Stranger Calls.
In that, wasn't it? She.
Hold on, I'm about to pull it up right now because I haven't seen this movie in God knows how long. So it comes out in 2006. Mm-hmm. And Camilla Bell, Tommy Flanagan, Tessa Thompson's in this movie, which I did like. What the fuck? Katie Cassidy's in this movie. Like, what the like? Me watching this, I did not know this back then, and it was just like, yo, this movie was so good because I always wanted to go to like a girl's house, be a party, and then like some crazy shit like that pop up. I'd be like, shit, that shit scared me. Theater
seeing it, and it's like, yo, what you gonna do, girl? Like,
yeah,
what are you gonna do when the stranger calls?
So I gotta have that one. Right. Damn, do I want to give a slasher film? Yeah, I'm gonna go Halloween because that comes to my mind all the time.
OG Halloween,
and then Insidious, because like that.
Which one? Because Halloween 07 was dope in its own way.
I like hold on, let me see. because I like OG Halloween. That's the one I was probably talking about.
Mhm.
But I like the new, like how they reboot, how they
Oh,
did
the
the
2018 version.
yeah, I like the 2018 one a lot because I like
Yeah,
the idea of cutting away like the fat of the stuff that John
which
Carpenter
was
didn't want.
Halloween, H2O, Resurrection, all that trash that he did.
Yep.
And then now
And
it's
then we
like,
get the
okay,
new
yeah,
one.
we just get years later. Laurie Strode is or whatever nice. I think it's Laurie Strode, but she's way older now and she has a family. Then out of nowhere, she gets these
And
podcasts
seeing
coming to her
the
house, and she's like, "Hold on, why are you talking about Michael?"
yep, and seeing the trauma of the like that movie was I really like that movie a lot.
Yeah,
I'm talking about 78, but I like
okay,
2008.
yeah,
Like 2018 is a damn good movie that Terminator tried to do, but it didn't fucking work.
I hate
And then
Terminator.
Insidious, because that birthed my love of Patrick Wilson. Oh yeah, no, Terminator was
Yeah,
bad. Terminator was
so
so bad. But like
Insidious is
Insidious
also
is
on
my
my
last
list.
one because
Yeah,
it burst my love for Patrick Wilson and like James
hmm
Wan and like The
that style
Conjuring
of
and
horror.
that whole universe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the thing is, that's actually number 5 on my list. So I guess I'll continue after that. So Insidious as a movie was like super duper patient. Like I was watching, I'm looking in the back to see if anything's happening. Nothing happens for like the first 30 minutes. And then we hear stories of, yeah, this thing is real. This stuff is real. So then we start hearing these sounds and stuff. And I'm like, yo, this is a little creepy.
Yeah, it's scary, man. But then they show the monster and that kind of takes the horror level.
You don't like the sound of the monster, the red monster?
I just okay, when I first saw it, I was scared because I was younger, but like me watching
Yeah.
it now, I'm like,
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
a
little
little corny.
cheesy. It's a
See,
little cheesy.
here's my thing with I think first time I was like, yeah, this is cool. But watching it now, the scariest of that monster was when it pointed at the child when it was in like the window and it pointed down and said, yeah, I want him. I think that was scary. And then also the scene where they go into the demon realm and look up and he's like sharpening his nails. I'm like, yo, that's kind of scary. But then when he jumps
It's when he's
down and like,
walking.
yeah, when he jumps down with his goat legs, I'm like, yeah, this is stupid. And then he's
Yeah.
crawling on the wall. I'm like, yeah, this is done. But other than that, I feel like the little boy,
Yep.
when she was, I guess, folding clothes or whatever, and the little boy's like, you can see him in the back of the house dancing and stuff. I'm like, yo, that's kind of scary. Like, what even?
Bro, in his shadow, a woman that like
Yeah.
scary ass woman that was following Patrick Wilson
In the
that
pictures,
shit was nuts.
yeah, like years later, she's getting like 2 feet close, and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty creepy.
Yeah, like so everything about Insidious I thought was scary, just except
Yeah.
like what you said with
the red face monster.
The gold shit.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then number 4 on my list is Blair Witch Project. And that's because it was the first found footage horror film that I'd ever seen. And I was 6 or 7 when this came out. And I remember my parents got it on pay-per-view. And back then on pay-per-view, once you got it, that's all that played on that channel for the entire day.
Yep.
So I'm watching it and I'm like, yo, that was scary. I'm about to watch it again. So I watched it like a full day. And I'm like, is this real? And this is another thing, like back then I didn't have internet, so I couldn't do any research to see if it was real. So I'm like, yeah, this is real. They just found the footage and put it out. Then ever since then, I was like, yeah, this movie is amazing. Then of course that kind of got tainted when they put out the sequel when it really wasn't the same thing. And then as I grew older,
without Blair Witch, you don't get Paranormal Activity.
Exactly. You don't get what's another good one? I can't remember the name of it right now, but there's a few of these found footage horror movies that kind of thrived off of the Blair Witch Project.
That's a fact.
For example, have you ever seen Megan is Missing?
No, I haven't.
Haven't seen that one. It's, I guess it might be considered a low budget movie, but it's about this girl who basically is in high school and she goes missing because of her own mistakes that she made on the internet. And that was another one where I think I first saw it on Netflix and I was like, okay, yeah, this is cool. But like you said, without Blair Witch Project, we wouldn't get any of those.
That's
and
a fact.
It still hits different today. Like if I watch it right now, I'm gonna be like, yeah, this is kind of creepy.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like an actual scary movie. Like that's the thing with that movie. Like it doesn't require like monsters jump. Like no, this movie's fucking creepy.
Exactly. And then I mean, just being in the woods is creepy by itself because you're hearing these sounds. You're like, yo,
I don't like camping because of stuff like that. Like no.
Right, and then they wake up out of the tent and you see this little stick figure with blood and like his ear on it. I'm like, yo, this is nasty.
I'd have left. I'm going.
Like, you walk so far, you don't know your way out. I think they got lost or whatever. The compass was acting weird. I'm like, yo, y'all are screwed. What are you gonna do at this point? But and of course, the infamous crying scene where she had like snot coming out of her nose of course, that had to get parodied to the ground with Scary Movie coming out like a year later. And then number 3 for me is Halloween, 1978.
Classic.
Just because
Classic.
I think that Michael Myers is scarier than Jason.
That's a fact.
Michael Myers is scary. He's scarier than Freddy Krueger. He's scarier than the dude from Hellraiser. Like, he's just creepy, and he walks with this knife, and he walks slowly, and you know he's coming, but there's nothing you can do about it because this dude's he's like 6'8". What are you gonna do?
And when you try to swing, like, even if you strong, you try to swing on him. This dude has like super strength, and it's like, nah, bro, I can't mess with this guy.
He's gonna eat your head, and he's gonna choke you and stab you. That's just gonna be it.
That's a fact. The only one I was scared of as a child besides Michael Myers was Freddy, but that was because my mom had like crosses on the door, and like everybody in Freddy had crosses on their door, and it was just like, oh God, please don't come into my dreams.
Right.
Gosh. But other than that, it was just like Michael Myers was legitimately terrifying.
Yeah, he's just creepy, man. And I mean, the torment that he put on his family, it's like, yo, none of these other people did that.
Yep. And the thing with Jason is, it's like, bro, your mama was in the first film, dog.
Yeah, like, you can't even have your first film. Like, you had to pick up afterwards.
I'm not scared of you, bro.
Right. You got drowned, bro. Here's some water real quick.
All I gotta do is go swim. Yeah. Like, you're not coming after my ass.
Let's go to the YMCA real quick. Let's see how long you'll last then. Let's go to 10 feet, bucko. But then number 2 for me, I know this might be a little crazy, but it's Get Out.
No, that's a great movie.
I feel like it kind of redefined Black horror.
That's a fact.
Because, I mean, Black horror to us was, we didn't really have many Black horror movies coming up.
We had that Snoop Dogg Leprechaun movie. That's about it.
The Snoop Dogg Leprechaun. Yeah, we had Leprechaun, Back to the Hood. We had...
Yeah, I know you know what I'm talking about. Don't play.
We had that. We had him, Snoop Dogg, and Jimmy Bones. Like, we had these movies, but we could never really take them seriously. Like, I watched Jimmy Bones, and I'm like, oh, Snoop Dogg, I mean, he's clean. He got on this long coat, but I'm not going to be scared of Snoop Dogg if he's walking towards me. I'm going to want to dap him up.
Jimmy Bones was such a bad fucking movie.
Man, I remember seeing that movie, and I remember that movie only has one quotable line. And it's when the light-skinned brother says, "Gangsta love don't eat no fried chicken." And that's all I can remember. But I mean, I remember the movie, of course, like Clifton Powell, Pinky being in the movie as the guy's dad. And it was just corny, man. It was so corny. I get what they're trying to do with the whole blaxploitation thing. Let's take this movie, put it back in like the late 60s, early 70s, when drugs were like in Black communities heavy. Let's do this. But then the execution of this movie was just terrible.
Yeah, it was bad.
I'm like, yo, it's like 2000, a new millennium. I get it. These guys are about to open up this freaking Raven Club in your old house, and you get mad. I don't know, man. But yeah, Get Out. I mean, it's scary in the sense that, of course, it has its jump scares because it came out in 2016, 2017. But then also there's this scary thought that you can go to, whether she's Black or white, your girlfriend's house. Her people don't even know you're coming, but they know very little about you. And you've been with her for over a year. And then they're like, hey, yo, so we're going to take you, put you down, put a white man's brain in your head, and he's going to control your body while you sit in the back seat. I mean, that's terrifying.
Yeah. That was like super nuts, man.
Yes,
like,
man.
When I saw that movie, I was just like, oh. And then when the girlfriend found to be in on it, broke my fucking heart. I was like, oh no.
Went to that closet and finding those pictures of her with like 3-4 different Black guys and even a Black girl, which turned out to be who the grandma was.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, this woman is crazy. It's like, yo, the fact that she can do that for a year and then not be found out about it's nuts.
It's nuts. Yeah, no, that movie was great. Jordan Peele.
He did that.
Legendary.
Yeah.
Like,
and I mean, he's
like
still
his run. As much as I didn't like Us, like I thought Us was good, but like Get Out is the one. And Us isn't a bad film. It's a good film, but like
it just has too many questions
I'm ready
that weren't answered.
Yeah, that's my thing. And
like,
it's
you're
like
telling me, okay,
he
so
tried to.
When
I saw the opening credits,
when I saw the opening credits, I
was just like, he's trying to be artsy. He's trying to do an art film. He's buying into his hype. And I was like, nah, bro, just be yourself and just do your thing. And I was like, don't try to be John Carpenter. Don't try to be like Alfred Hitchcock. And like, you knew you knew the outcome of the movie at the beginning of the movie. Like they told you
Right.
what was going to happen, and they try to divert you from that the whole time. But then at
Hmm.
the end, it's like, nah, that actually happened.
Right. And then just the reveal at the end where Lupita Nyong'o's character, the tethered, was the
Yeah,
actual real I'm like, all right, I guess.
yeah,
Like, I guess. Like, I just wasn't a huge fan of that movie either. I mean, I liked it when it came out, but I've only seen it
it's
maybe
no Get
once
Out.
after it came out. Yeah, it's not a good out at all. And I think the best part was when when you find out that his friends, the white family, had their doppelgangers too,
Yeah,
and they get stabbed up and stuff. She's like, Alexa, call the police. Not playing fuck the police. Like it has a moment like that where I'm like, okay, yeah, I get why I liked Us, but at the same time, it's just so many like open-ended questions that never get
yeah,
answered.
that's a fact.
The number one is Hereditary.
Your movie.
Yes, man.
Yes,
Yes, man.
classic. I
Like
love
I
that movie.
said,
I do.
it's just the fact that like you walk in and you see, I mean, even the opening shot where you have this diorama house and the camera zooms in and it's like, oh, this is the real house. And you see them wake up and you find out that that's the wife's job is to make these little mini figures. And I don't know, man. It's
That is a
just
good scene. That is a damn good scene. Cause like I was like, oh, is that the like what's going on with this house? It's like
yeah.
when it zooms out, it's like, oh shit.
And then even the scene with I think it was the grandma's funeral when they put her in the ground and you see the camera like pan from like from the casket to the grass and then underground. I think that those shots like that really got me. And then I mean it's just a descent into madness because you walk in, you're like, okay, something's gonna happen. I don't know what. Then it's like, oh yes, these big, huge family issues that these people have. And then I think the part that really got me was I can't remember her name, but Ann Dowd's character, Joni, I think it was,
Okay.
when she went to the store and ran into the mom and was like, yeah, let's go do a seance. If you look in her van, you see a chalkboard and and chalk in the back. So it's a setup the entire time. But I mean, first time I'm watching, I'm looking at these two women talk. I'm
Yeah,
not
it's
paying
just
attention to the chalkboard that she's about to set her up with. I don't know, man. It just
nah,
it's
that's
just
great directing. It's like the
yeah.
same thing that with Midsommar about how they have the thing
Yeah. Did you
on the
notice
walls.
the one scene uh where Danny is like getting carted off? If you look back in the trees, you see her sister's face when she had the tape around her mouth. Like you see her face in the trees.
Now I gotta go watch
You
Hereditary.
gotta
I'm
watch
about
it
to go.
again.
I'm watching it again now. Like that's
Yeah.
crazy. I didn't know. I didn't know any of that because, like you said, when I first watched it, I'm just watching it like a movie. I'm just following the
Right.
characters. I'm not looking in the backgrounds. Now I'm gonna be looking in the backgrounds this whole damn
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah. Like I said, same thing with Midsommar. It's just a bunch of stuff that's like throwaway. Like of course we see the the quilt with the lady doing the cutting. Like we see that and we don't
Yeah.
we think about it, we're like, yeah, that's disgusting, but what does that have to do with what we're watching? Then
Oh, it's gonna happen.
it all makes sense. And then I don't know, man. I just feel bad for the other boyfriend and girlfriend that were there.
The ones from England, yeah, they got fucked.
Yeah. She was like, yo, it's time to go. And he was like, I guess. And then she's like looking for her and she's missing. It's like, dude, you're gone now.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah.
Gosh. Oof. Yeah,
Then
that
the
was
scene
bad.
where you hear her screaming in the background during a different scene, it's like, yo, wow. But Ari Aster, man, he's really been on it.
Yeah, he has.
He's been on it, but that dude's been on a freaking run.
I'm ready to see what he does next.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Have you seen his short film called Something Strange About the Johnsons?
No, I need to check that out now.
I think it's on YouTube. Put that on your list. It's I can't even spoil it. It's weird.
Bet I'm gonna check it out because like I
It's
love
super
Hereditary and Midsommar.
Yeah, you love The Lighthouse too, right?
Yeah,
Another A24 film. A24's just been killing it, really.
they have. You know me, Rob Pattinson, William Dafoe.
Yeah.
That's my bag. Even though it was like just them in a lighthouse going crazy.
And I loved it because it's black and white, and then it was a 4:3 ratio, and I'm like, yo, this is like really an old feeling movie.
Yeah.
Then I mean, even the audio, like it's not anything spectacular. It's just these two dudes in this rickety lighthouse, and it's like, okay, this is creepy. This is offsetting because it's not anything that we've seen in recent years.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And the acting was just so good. That's what got me.
Yeah.
That's what did it for me.
Because they were believable. Like it was believable that Willem Dafoe's character was this old, scraggly sailor. And then Pattinson's guy was like, okay, I'm this new guy. I want to get out and do things.
I'm just trying to make money, man.
Right. Right. But then, of course, everything gets unearthed towards the end. And I'm like, yo, this is another descent into madness by A24. And
Yep.
of course, we get curious, like, what's in the lighthouse? Like the film is called The Lighthouse, but we've only seen it a certain amount of times. What's actually in there?
We don't know.
We still don't know to this day.
That's a fact.
But yeah, man, stuff's been great, man. But I think that's about it. How long we've been doing this?
Probably like an hour. I don't know.
Well,
You got the timer.
I mean, I feel like we got a lot more that we could do, but of course, got to kind of limit it. Cause I think this might be my longest episode today.
Oh, what in
most of my episodes have only been about 30 to 40 minutes. So
hell yeah. Well, I'm
Yeah.
glad I could come and be the first guest. I love this, man. This was
100%,
fun. Like this was a damn good time.
yeah, like I said, I've been wanting to do this for a long time. And then, that one night on Late Nights with Lynn, I was like, well, how do you get these people to come on to your podcast and you get these interviews? And you said, look, just reach out to them. The worst thing they could say is no.
That's a
or
fact.
not respond. So I was like, yeah, you know what? Let me ask him, since he's the one that gave me this explanation to begin with. And of course, you said yeah. Then of course, last time we had whatever that was.
Technical difficulties.
It was bad, man. It was bad. Like I said, I wasn't even really feeling good that day. I was just it felt like something was on my shoulders. And then I think that the freaking audio, me not being able to get the audio, was like telling me like, yeah, you might need to do better next time.
Just redo it. We just redo it, and it's no biggie. But man, anytime you need, I'm more than willing to come on your show because like I said, this was a damn good time, and I had a
100%, man. And go ahead and plug your pods and plug your Twitter and everything like that.
Got you. You guys can follow me at LynBWT. Follow the Bros Who Think at Bros Who Think. If you want any of our content from the Bros Who Think Network, just whether it's on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get podcasts, just search Bros Who Think Network, and you will see our shows from Bros Who Binge to the Bros Who Think podcast to anime. It's all under the network channel. But if you subscribe to the YouTube, there's YouTube video exclusive content like we do. We have a movie review all the old movies. We review old anime movies as well. So be sure to subscribe to the YouTube. And then, like he was saying, Late Nights with Lynn, that's on Twitch. It's a Twitch show that we do Monday, Wednesdays, Friday, and Sundays. Between the hours of like 8 and 11, it'll start between then. Some nights it'll start at 8, some nights it'll start at 11. But follow us on twitch.tv/broswhothink. But thank you so much. Thank you so much, Domo, for letting me come on, brother.
Oh, no problem, man. Hopefully we can do it again where I can come to your place and show out for a little
1,000. We'll bring you on. We'll bring you on, brother.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Bro, you'll probably be a Late Nights with Lynn guest soon.
Hey,
like,
man.
I'm guessing. I'm
excited.
Episode, so.
I'm already. I was trying to get you to let me be a mod, so once I get that mod status, we'll be on the way.
I don't know what that is. Like,
so basically, a mod is someone that kind of they administer the chat. So if someone says something out of line, I can say, okay, yeah, let's either ban you or delete the message, something like that.
Well, then, yeah, you're mod. Like, do I go on Twitch?
Practice on my buddy's Twitch. So
all right, do I go on Twitch and like just check?
Yeah. So go on Twitch. If I'm in the chat, just click on my name and it may say like make moderator or something like that. So
it's pretty doing simple. That. That's done. You're that's I thought that little crown on your name meant that. Like I thought that was like
the crown is Prime Gaming.
Oh, okay.
Twitch Prime, but yeah, man, we'll do it.
Bet. Well, then yeah,
you're
a mod.
Be what, Friday?
Yeah, Friday night. Haz is coming through. I get off of work because I have to do the football game. I get off at like between 9 and 10. So the stream will start at like 10:45, 11. Late night Friday nights. Lynn and Haz. We're going crazy.
Yes, man. And this is gonna be the DC appreciation, the DC animated appreciation episode.
Yeah, I'm gonna rank my favorite DC animated movies. It's gonna be super fun.
Yeah, so if y'all are huge fans of DC animated films, go to
twitch.tv/broswhothink. Yeah, because they don't do the .com. I used to think that shit all the time. Twitch.tv/broswhothink. Friday night, late nights with Lynn, about 10:45, 11 around that time. Oh, Central Time. So it'll be
probably 11 Eastern Time.
Yeah, 11 Eastern Time. Yep.
100%. Also, you were speaking about running back. I did listen to the Pulp Fiction episode, and this year I'm gonna be dressing as Jules for Halloween.
Nice.
So I already got like the little suit and everything. I got the sideburns.
Oh, you have a perm?
I got a perm wig, bro.
Yeah, nice. I fuck with that.
I think I'm gonna get like a squirt bottle with some water and just to keep it moisturized. And then of course, like I said, I got the mutton chop mustache like he had too. So I'm super excited,
You
man.
need to go around people say what again? What again, motherfucker?
I'm gonna watch the movie one more time. I'm gonna memorize some quotes. I might write them on a piece of paper, keep it in my hand. I might read out the Leviticus quote to people and go from there.
That's awesome, man. That is awesome.
100%. But man, I just want to thank you again for doing this again with me. Guys, go follow him, listen to everything that he does. I'm a huge fan. I'm pretty sure that you will be too, especially if you love anime, if you love TV, if you love film, pretty much all the above. And he's a sports fan too. So there's that. Even though he gets beat at 2K, there's that.
Bro, that was one time on because 2K19 is a horrible game.
Yeah.
Nobody don't want me in 20. I'll bust ass in 20. That's a fact.
Yeah. And then you gotta get back on Ghost soon, don't you? Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, I have it downloaded. I'm here.
You gotta run that back.
Games again, but like I'm just like the talk show style right now.
Right.
I do that once a week, either like super early or super late at like I'm talking like early is like in like between 12 and 3 in the afternoon before I go to work, or like late like 12 at night, like 1 o'clock, like some secretive shit. Because
next time you do it,
playing games on Twitch is weird.
Yeah, next time you do it, I'm gonna bring me some drinks and take a shot each time you're down there. We'll do that.
Hell yeah.
100%. Well, guys, this has been a Dom Trap, very special episode. On YouTube, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe. Same with Lynn. Hit that like button, subscribe, get our names out, give us any feedback you need. And it's been the Dom Trap, gosh damn it. Or gosh damn it, I guess I should say. I think that might be my new ending, my new outro is gosh damn it. So, all right. Thank you guys for listening.